Hello, Team NAVFAC Southwest. Hey, I just want to take a few moments to kind of catch you up on what's going on within our Navy, within the nation, and thank you for what you do every day. As you know, why we all serve is to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Each and every one of us have taken that oath to support and defend that. And I truly appreciate what you do every day for our nation. As George Washington said, without a decisive naval force, we can do nothing decisive. But with it, we can do all things honorable and glorious. To reiterate that, each and every one of us runs into issues and roadblocks that we have to overcome on any given day. And I would ask you to remember the sailor, the Marine, the airmen that are defending our nation around the world that rely on your actions every day. The key to our defense as a nation is maintaining maritime dominance and our free sea lanes for operations, commerce around the world. We must maintain a forward presence, enhancing warfighter readiness, and that readiness starts on the shore, where our sailors, Marine, and airmen are manned, trained, and equipped to go downrange and support us. We must continue to be innovative and overcome issues and problems. And ultimately, we must empower each and every one of you to do your jobs more efficiently, more effectively, because our sailors and Marines are counting on you. The Secretary of the Navy recently highlighted 4 areas for us to focus on as a Navy. First and foremost, it's China. They are now a pacing threat. In many areas, they're ahead of us with respect to the size of the military, some of the technologies that they're demonstrating. But the innovation of our sailors, our Marines, and our airmen can overcome that, but only through your dedicated support of them where they man, train, and equip. We must have a bias for action. We must support the nation as we continue to fight COVID-19. We need to take care of our people. We need to continue to maintain mission readiness. And then we need to, where called upon, help the overall goals of the nation when cities, counties need to call upon our Navy to surge and help them, like we did when we deployed the USS Mercy. Third area of importance for Secretary of the Navy is climate. We continue to have natural disasters, hurricanes, earthquakes, etc., that are negatively impacting our ability to operate, and we as a NAVFAC must continue to build resilient facilities and be ready for that next emergency when it happens and respond effectively. The fourth area he wants us to focus on is culture. We must create a culture where everyone who comes to our workforce is included, feels inclusion, connected to our mission, to our Navy, to our team. That can only happen if we are truly open and we ensure that we stamp out any form of discrimination. So I would ask you to help us as we move forward with the Secretary of the Navy's 4 areas. One of the key aspects of doing that is making sure that we take care of the safety, welfare of our personnel. In everything that we do, I would ask you to make sure that you and your shipmates go home in as good or better condition they came to work on any given day. And that can only happen if we have a culture of safety, where if you see something wrong, you fix it or you point it out to someone who can. I would like to thank you for participating in our DEOC survey. We got over 50% participation and we got some great results. We're combing through those right now to determine what actions we're going to take as a result of those surveys. But a couple areas I'd like to highlight. One of the things that was identified is we have very supportive leadership. In particular, what was noted in this survey was great leadership by our supervisors. And so all your supervisors, I'd like to say thank you. And for anyone else I would ask you to ask your supervisor or tell your supervisor areas we can continue to improve in that area. But I'm really proud of that increase in our participation, and it's the area that we scored the highest in throughout the entire survey. Another area where we had high scores were connectedness, and I think that's tied to connectedness to the Navy, connectedness to our mission, and connectedness to your peers that you work with. And so I'd like to thank you for that. The third highest area that we scored on was cohesion. And again, we've got a strong team. We work well together, and I would ask you to continue to foster that. A couple areas that were concerning in our survey were related to stress. We have a really high stress rate that was indicated in the survey, and I think in many parts that's related to funding pressures. It's related to what's going on in the world. It's related to the threat of China and other things, and it's related to COVID and how that's impacting our individual lives and our families and people that we care about. We're going to be working on some areas to reduce stress or give you some tools that will help you deal with stress in the work environment. And I would just ask you to help us as we go through that process together. Another area that I would ask you for your help on is there was far too many indications that there are inappropriate jokes or inappropriate behaviors happening in the workforce related to racial discrimination or sexist comments. And I would just ask you to stamp that out. That's inappropriate in our workforce, and we can't tolerate that kind of behavior. Finally, I'd like to tell you thank you. You know, as we celebrated Thanksgiving last week, each and every one of us have things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for what you've done during the last year. We executed over 4,900 contract actions for $2.2 billion. We executed over 290,000 crane lifts safely. We supported numerous water breaks, power outages, and other mission critical actions that had to happen in a time sensitive manner. And each and every time you rose to the occasion and exceeded our expectations. Finally, I would like to highlight a few areas with respect to people that we've improved upon. Our medical surveillance scores have gone up. Our training for safety scores have gone up. Our DART rate and our mishaps for safety have gone down. And that's because of what you do day in and day out. And again, as I said before, I owe it to your family, your friends, and your loved ones for you to go home in good condition, but I need your help to do that. So please help us on the safety front. In closing, I would just like to thank you for what you do for us every day. It's an honor to serve with you, and I would ask that you keep charging. Thank you.